Hello, hello, lovelies. How is everyone? Hope everyone's doing great on this, what is it, Thursday? Yes, on this wonderful Thursday. I hear Vault's phone alerting him that, hey, Lakea's live, even though he's sound asleep. Hope everyone's doing great. Had to take me a drink of Coke real quick. Coke, sponsor me. Especially your frozen Cokes. They're the bomb. But I am doing good. I am doing great. I've been dealing with a little bit of stuff. Hey, Truth. I think. Where did I leave off yesterday? Was it about the dream that I had where I got woke up? I don't think y'all know about what happened after the dream. Hey, Primal. Uh, let's just say some really, really weird shit happened to me. After I come on live and was talking about how somebody come to me in my lucid dream and said, hey, Eric, hope you're good. Was ordering parts and saws on. Well, I'm glad you stopped by. After I finished my live stream yesterday morning, I went to roll over and sit up, and as I turned around over my left shoulder, there is this huge, I'm talking about as wide as a recliner and as tall as my ceiling, huge black figure standing about knee length down my bed. And I sat straight up and blinked a couple times and it disappeared. Hi, Diane. And I said, okay, I seen what I seen and I know what I seen and I know I'm not crazy and I know, I'm talking to myself in my head yesterday morning going, I know what I just seen. But just in case, let me sit here a moment, get my bearings, double check myself mentally, physically, let me scan my body. And at that time, not maybe a minute or two later, after seeing this figure, Vault's little dog Tinkerbell, hey Silent, and my kitty cat, the one y'all been hearing holler, who never hisses or bows up or anything like that, is both at the end of our bed on the mattress, barking and hissing at my bedroom door. So I look over. At this time, I've been turned all the way around in the bed, and I'm facing my bedroom door. I'm sitting behind the dogs and the cat, and all of a sudden, the doorknob on my bedroom door turns, and my door starts opening up. And I'm thinking, okay, one of my kids must be coming in because, especially Tinkerbell, she doesn't really like my oldest child. That's the only time she barks. Well, the door opens up about a good inch or two, and I can see through the crack. And y'all, literally, there was nothing on the other side of the door. Nobody, no nothing. It literally opened on its own after I seen this big black shadow person. So I reached out to a couple people, and one I asked, hey, did you come visit me in my dream? And he's like, no, wasn't me. I wouldn't do that to you. I was like, you sure? He's like, yeah, I promise. I wouldn't do that. That's rude and disrespectful. I'm like, okay. And then I told him about the rest of the stuff, and he's like, dude, something's not right. I said, that's how I'm feeling. Something's not right. And then I talked to somebody else, and they said the same thing. They said, Well, the dream thing could have been somebody, walking, dream walking basically, and, kind of walked into my dream and was like, hey, oh my God, hey. But that doesn't explain the black figure or the door moving. Then I talked to Red in Shawn's chat last night. And I asked her to ask her daughter, a little bit, who is very special, to scan my home. Knowing nothing, I had not told nobody about what happened, except for 3 people that had none of them said anything publicly online about what was going on in my home. And her little daughter scanned my house and basically confirmed everything that I seen and said happened, and that there is now an entity in my home. So now I have an entity that somebody has sent, because she even got the feeling that somebody has sent it to me, that now I've got to deal with. As crazy as this sounds, as far out there as it is, this is now what I'm having to deal with. Why somebody would do this, I have no idea. If you don't like me, just email me and tell me you don't. If you've got to say something, don't send shit to my house. Thank goodness I know how to do it and get rid of it, hopefully. But I'm hoping it's somebody that knew what they were doing and I can undo it, and not somebody that dabbled in shit. Because dabbling is the worst thing to do, to have to undo. Because there's no rhyme or reason to it. They just do shit and conjure shit and send shit, and it doesn't have like the normal signatures, energy signatures that something that's done properly will. Exactly, Truth. You have kids, not cool. Right? Hey, John Orr, how are you? Hey, Indra Cole, resident alien. So, this is now where I'm left with, I have something in my house that the little girl has now described as a trickster of sorts, a shapeshifter of sorts. In my home, sent to me maliciously. So, and here's where it even gets worse. Vault wanted to go live last night. Every time he went to go live, something on his computer was stopping him from going live. Every single time. Don't know why. Could it be coincidental? Oh, absolutely. There's no denying that coincidences happen. But I find it very coincidental then. So, how can it be sent to me? By somebody else. You can you can conjure things and have it sent to somebody. That's why there's a spell called Return to Sender for other spells. But entities are a different level of getting rid of. It's harder to get rid of an entity than it is just to undo a spell. Especially when you don't know exactly what you're dealing with. Exactly, Truth Trickster type stuff. And y'all see, Truth knows exactly what I'm talking about, because he's got some issues going on too. So me and Truth are in the same box. And I kind of feel like I know what's going on, but I don't want to put a name to it yet. But my Shirley to my Laverne, Miss B, kind of come up with what she think happened too. I think somebody was playing around and somebody got mad, and not necessarily at me. I think it just hit the sensitive ones of the group. That's what I think happened. Oh, I plan on kicking his ass, Eric. Believe me. There's a thing where I don't know what type of entity it is. And I'm not a big believer in demons. Not everything is a demon, demon this, demon that. I'm just not the type of person. However, there's a thing called a demon trap you can do. And this weekend I plan on doing it. And it has to sit still untouched for 10 weeks. So I got to figure out where to put it that it will not be moved or touched. But it should trap it if it is any type of demonic presence. Now, if it is not demonic, it's not going to work on it, and I'm going to have to figure out something else. Truth, that's what I'm saying. If it's demonic, that should work. If it's not demonic, I had somebody pray over my home yesterday, and I still had shit happen. So, I don't know. Hey, Miss JJ. Hey, Shell. How is everyone doing? Are y'all doing good? I'm not meaning to take over and not ask y'all how y'all are doing, because I care genuinely how y'all are. Y'all good? Y'all okay? Is it a good Thursday for everybody? Hey, Melissa. What's up, girlfriend? The Kool-Aid is to the left, and the craziness is to the right. Pick your poison. We got entities, and we got Kool-Aid. Take your pick. But, so like I said, yeah, somebody has now sent something to my house. And how it got in through all of my wards and protections and everything else, we have no idea. That's what I don't understand, because nothing so far has been able to come through, especially with everything we have going on in the backyard. Nothing has been able to get through until now. So it doesn't make a lot of sense. Melissa, we did that yesterday, and it didn't work. Hey, Bass, how are you, brother? So we had the home blessed yesterday, and it did not work at all. So and not y'all got to understand, not everything works in the name of Jesus. Not everything works like a blessing from the Bible. Not everything works for everything. I understand some of y'all's beliefs, but it really doesn't. If that's the case, there would never have to be exorcisms. It would just be that simple, just to have a blessing and be done with it. Which I may end up having to exorcise my home. I know truth, right? I know. So when Red said little bit said it's like a shapeshifter and a trickster, meaning that it's playing, it's toying with us. I'm talking about she hit the nail on the head with it. That's exact, and it was so weird. You called when we were gonna call y'all and let you and Bass know what was going on. And it was so weird. You just happened to get on the phone with all, it was just weird, because we were like thinking we needed to tell everybody to watch out. because I kept telling Bob, I said, something in my gut's telling me somebody sent it. Somebody sent it. And I hate to think like that. I normally do not think like that. I'm not that type of person, but it's just a gut feeling that I have. There has to be, you know, because it wouldn't just have shown up like that. And especially when we've had so much positive energy here and so much good luck and good fortune and good health and good wealth and good, you know what I'm saying? Like it wouldn't have been attracts like. It wouldn't have been attracted to here. It'd be different if there was like utter chaos, then it's attracted to chaos. But there was no chaos in my home. It's been peaceful and serene and great and just blessed. And like I said, y'all, I know this sounds crazy. I know this sounds wickedly weird. And I'm not crazy. I may have a psychiatrist, but I'm not crazy. And she told me I'm not crazy. I just have anxiety and panic disorder, not crazy, crazy. So, with that being said, I do believe there's shit out there. I do believe people can send shit. I believe they can manifest shit, conjure shit. I firmly believe it. But I just don't understand why somebody would send something to us. That's what I don't understand. Why to us? We've done nothing. Truth's done nothing. I've done nothing. That's what I don't understand. And mine and truth pretty much happened like same time type of deal. It's crazy. Bass, you too? I knew about truth from last night, but I didn't know you too. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. And y'all correct me if I'm wrong. Did not Sean G have something happen the other day too at his house? I know he has like entity like ghosty things. I know that. But didn't he say on one of his streams or somebody's streams that he had something happen too? John, I haven't brought anything into the house. No, Miss JJ, you didn't do it. That's right, Silent. He was smelling smoke. That's it. You're right. Thank you. I knew it was something different he was talking about. I'm wondering if it's not somebody that's hitting the Dark Waters Family Nightmare Nation network. That's what I'm wondering. Because that'd be Bass, Truth, me, Vault. Vault had issues last night. Sean smelled smoke. Wes was sick. That just leaves Chaos, DDoS, and DW. Hey, Sharon. Yeah, I need to check with Wes, DW, and DDoS. I really do. I know Wes has been sick. Yeah, Eric, it does sound like it's hitting the whole family, doesn't it? Which makes me wonder. Anything strange with Cass? Not that I know of, but I haven't really. I've only talked to him like in passing the past couple of days. We mainly talked about Oki. No, Shell. No, 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 no. I think I think this is somebody that has dabbled in something, and I honestly think it's somebody that now the more that I think about it, I think they're trying to hit the Dark Waters family. I really do. Because there's too many of us all of a sudden having issues. Too many of us. See, Indrid, I would blame the door opening on Bobby, but then my cat would have just let him come on in, so that makes no sense. She likes Bobby. Indrid, the only thing I've had, honestly, is the just my gut feeling of somebody sent it. In my mind's eye, the only thing I've had is like trying to come up with who come up to my face and said, "Hey," in my face. Like it was like they were right in front of me, but I couldn't see anything, like they were invisible. And I just keep going back to that because that's when it started. It's almost like Hush Rainy. It was almost like they were surprised they seen me. And like I said, I was lucid dreaming. I knew I was dreaming in my dream. I mean, I was completely aware that I was dreaming, which is normal for me. I mean, I lucid dream all the time. But it was like all of a sudden somebody just come into that dream, walked right up to my face and goes, "Hey!" But I couldn't see them. I could not. It was like an invisibility cloak. Think Harry Potter. It was like they were right there, but I couldn't see them. Yeah, she always does that when I go live. It's because I'm awake and she wants loving. Hey Lee, how are you? But it's also because she's in heat. She'll go out of heat here in should be a couple days, and then she won't be doing that so much. Hey Jason, how are you? Happy Thursday. Some sort of deformed humanoid figure. Well, injured, what I seen was this huge black mass of masculine energy, but it was like a huge black shadow standing beside my bed. Like I said, it was as wide as a recliner and like 3 to 4 inches lower than my ceiling. But I knew it was a male. I knew it had masculine energy. How I knew that, I have no idea, but I knew it was male. And like I said, I blinked a couple times and it just completely disappeared. Oh, you feel like death warmed over? Oh, Jason, I'm sorry. That's not good. So that's how my last 2 days have been. Oh, and then when we went on the little expedition yesterday, I had both my phones charged up. We leave the house, go pick up cousin Jeremy. We go to the place, and both my phones are literally almost dead. One's like at 20, and and this took a total of 10 minutes, 15 minutes to get there, and both my phones are pretty much dead. One's at like 8%, one's at like 21%. That quick. My batteries were drained, and I didn't even use either phone because I took my old iPhone just in case, I needed backup to film. And by the time I got there, I couldn't use either. I was able to get that few, like, 3-minute little video, and that was it. So, Bass said, I seen the shadow walking out of my bathroom at 2 a.m., standing in my kitchen, which is strange because there is a street light outside and I could see the light. Ooh. Andrew said it sounded like it was getting impatient of me. I was facing one direction, but in my mind saw it standing behind me. It was so loud that I jumped. Oh, goodness. Mm, I'm telling y'all, there's some strange stuff going on. Strange, strange, strange things going on. Why? I don't know who's to say. But I'm not fisting to sit here and have somebody constantly send crap. Is there any way to banish a shadow entity? Well, yeah, it is. You can banish it away. Hey, Paul G. But usually just shadow entities don't really, they kind of watch you, but they don't really mess with you 90% of the time. They kind of just, they're like watchers. They kind of just stand there and watch. Or at least all the ones that I've come across have. But like I said, I had somebody in my dream snatch me back into reality. And then after I got into reality, I see this big black figure. And then after the figure, something opens my bedroom door. And like I said, you have to turn the handle to open the door. You can't just push on the door and it'll open. And I literally can see out in the hallway after it cracks open, there is nobody or nothing there. And it's steadily opening up my door. And my door is a level door. It does not just swing open on its own. It's like perfectly level. You have to push it to get it to open. But like I said, my house is normally warded and protected. So for stuff like that to get through, it's kind of weird to me. And I don't really know. I've never really had anything break through like that. So I don't know if my wards were failing or if I just hadn't replenished them and needed to, do a little zhuzh it up again, or what happened for all this mess to come through. Hey, Big Hole, how are you? So, and y'all, I went to record last night. I've got two different state tales to record. I've got Virginia and I've got Louisiana. And I went to record last night on my phone, and literally it recorded it so low you can't hear it. So I had to delete it. And I'm going to try it again. And I'm going to try to record straight to Audacity this time to see if that will work. But if not, I seriously just have to break down and buy that mic, and that mic's done went up. The prices done went up, and it's done pissed me off. So, and I've looked for other mics, but they don't have the same quality that this one does. So, if it ain't one thing, it's another. But I'm still positive. I'm doing good, Big Cole. Just having a couple of, you know, entity issues. So, okay, Truth. Check eBay. Let's see. I shall be right back, guys. Hold on. Do 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 do. Almost done. And we're back. Okay. Had to get something done on my phone. Do 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 do. So that's how my last 2 days have went. Like I said, other than that, I've had great days. It's been, positive and great and just crazy weird shit happening, and I just have to shake my head at it and keep going. Paul, well, being a witch, I'm kind of used to weird shit anyway, to be honest, and dealing with the paranormal and cryptids and all that stuff. And like I said, I can deal with the paranormal more than I can the cryptids, to be honest with you. And entities, normally I'm cool with because I kind of understand. You have to do your research and you have to understand what you're dealing with. But this was on a whole nother level. When it's sent to you, when it doesn't come from an object or a place you're at, but when it's sent to you, that's like a whole different ball game because that makes you wonder who done it, why would they do this, why would they interrupt your life like that, what would make them so irate or so petty that they would do something like that. Then you have all these other questions that you try to answer as well. So it just kind of adds like a whole nother layer to it. But dealing with normal spiritual entities and normal spirits and angels and spirit guides and ghosts and whatever you want to call it doesn't bother me. I'm not scared of them. I'm not, they just don't bother me. But when it's sent, that's when I'm like, hold up now. That's right, Eric. When life gives you lemons, make lemonade Kool-Aid. Don't feel bad, Shell. Don't feel bad at all. Ludwig, you're under demonic attack that keeps disrupting your peace everywhere you go. Okay. If you're under demonic attack, this is what you do. If you firmly believe you're dealing with the demon, and y'all make sure you listen to what I say very closely, because I'm only going to tell this once. You get you a white ceramic bowl, and you get you a black Sharpie marker. In the bottom of the bowl, with it facing normally, you give that demon a name. The first name that comes to your mind, that's what you write on the bottom on the inside. Now, around the edge of the bowl on the inside, you write Psalm 23 all the way around it. And you write and you write and you spiral up the bowl. If you run out of, write small, but if you run out of room, write on the outside and keep going till you wrote it all, till you've covered the whole bowl. Then you take a piece of cardboard, works really well. You can use a piece of paper. You're going to write the name of that demon on it. You're going to fold it up away from you as small as you can fold that piece of paper. You're going to set it down on the middle of the cardboard. Then you're going to take that and you're going to read the psalm out of the bowl. And you're going to turn that bowl, and you're going to lastly say that demon's name, and you're going to turn that bowl upside down on top of that piece of paper on top of cardboard. You've got to leave it there for 10 weeks. Wherever you put it, that bowl cannot be touched for 10 weeks. Leave it there. Make sure it's not moved, it's not touched, it's not nothing. That traps the demon inside the bowl. Then what you do to dispose of it is you find a place. You make sure, as long as you, every week after the 10 weeks, if you still can't dispose of the bowl, what you do is you constantly read Psalm 23 to it. Once a week, every 7 days after the 10 weeks. But if you can dispose of it, you find a place off your property, somewhere that nobody lives, and you dig a hole, you put it down in the hole, and you pour salt all around it and all over it. And then you cover it back up, and you draw whatever face, sign, or symbol in salt on the top of the ground where it's at. If you have holy water, pour it on top of that too. If you have Florida water, pour that on top of it too. And leave it there. Forget it. Forget you put it there. Forget you buried it there. Don't ever talk about it. Don't ever tell nobody. That is how you can get rid of a demon. It's called a demon trap. Hey, Miss Sue. Hey, Larry and Candace. Big hole, it's in my if you look in my description later, there'll be an Amazon wish list. You can click that, and it's in my Amazon wish list over there. I don't know exactly which one it is, but it's in my wish list. So that is how, if you have demon issues, that is what you do. You try that first. If that doesn't work, email me and we will try something else. I'm more than willing to help people that genuinely have a problem. I'm more than willing to try to help them fix it. Hey, Aretha, how are you, girl? Oh, we have truth. Hold on. Hey, brother.
Hey, what's up, Look here.
How are you?
All right, just got home from work.
Okay, so what's been happening?
All right, so I'll tell you what happened to me. It might sound stupid,
Oh
but
no.
to me, it's not, because where I looked for my wallet and where I found my wallet makes no fucking sense. And I'm sorry for cursing on the show, but
No,
I was ready.
you're fine.
I was ready to chew my wife out yesterday because I thought she did shit, but she didn't do it. So uh, Tuesday night I had the evening off, so I had some training earlier in the day. Went to Dunkin' Donuts, paid cash, had put the cash in my pocket, wallets in the other pocket. Now this is about my wallet. Um, get home, take a shower, take the cash out of my pocket, take the wallet out, put the cash in the wallet, and there's only three places I go in my that I hang out in my house. It's either my studio, which is like a little closet, the
Mhm.
kitchen, the kitchen, or my bedroom. And there's only three places I put my wallet: my studio, which I rarely do; the kitchen, which I leave it like so my kids can't get it. I put it up, and then in my bedroom on my high dresser so they can't reach it. So yes, I put my wallet, I put the cash in my wallet, put the wallet in the kitchen on the counter behind the air fryer, right? So go on the rest of the day. I don't leave the house, don't need my wallet for anything. And my wife orders food, so like 7 o'clock at night. So I'm like, all right, let's go. So I go to the spot where I placed my wallet. It's not
Mhm.
there. It's not there. So I'm like,
Mm.
what the fuck? So I start looking around the house. I'm looking for an hour for my damn wallet, and I cannot find it. Like I said, it's mischievous stuff. I'm looking for an hour now, and I can't find my wallet. So the food's already been cooked, it's sitting there and shit. So yeah, she's like, yo, let's just go get food and come back. So we go get food, come back. Me and her tear apart the house for 2.5 hours. Can't find nothing. Right? I go to work. I go to work yesterday. I come home. She's done tore about the kitchen and cleaned everything. Nothing. I went upstairs in the bedroom, tore everything apart, tore apart bathroom, came downstairs to my studio, tore everything apart, and at this point now I'm fucking agitated. So I just decided, yo, all right, just calm down. Now, when I say I looked at my studio is like 3 feet by 7 feet. Like that's
Yeah.
how big it is. It's a small room. I can put the camera on and show you. But I all day I'm back and forth looking at my studio. I like checking my desks, like up top of my shelves where the RC cars are, where my books are, underneath the 3D printer, on the floor, nothing. Right. So now I get fed up, and I'm like, you know what? Just go take a shower, relax, whatever. So a little while goes by. My wife needs my laptop, so she comes down into the studio and she uses my laptop and then comes back upstairs. So it's like 1:30 now. I start getting ready for work. So I come down here to get clothes. I come down here to get clothes, and I open the fuck door, and my wallet is sitting in the middle of the fucking floor.
No shit.
In the middle of the floor, and I'm like, I'm like, what the fuck? Now I've done looked in this room 20 times. I've done tore everything
Mm.
apart. There's nothing in here, and it's sitting placed right in the middle of the floor as soon as you open the door. So I grab it, I go upstairs, and I was like, yo, I tell my she's standing right here. I was like, yo, why are you fucking with me? And she's like, why? What are you talking about? I was like, I found my wallet in the middle of the floor of my studio. And she's like, really? And starts like laughing hysterically. And I start spazzing. I'm like, why are you fucking with me? She didn't do it. She's like, maybe it was stuck underneath the door. No, it wasn't stuck underneath because I opened the door back and forth 20 times every time I opened up the damn room. Like
Yeah.
like I said, it was mischievous shit.
Mm. I'm telling you, there's something going on, man.
Like
Something is going on.
it might sound mundane to people, but that shit never happens to me. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Rainy, hush.
Let's take this hoodie off real quick.
I'm telling you, there's something going on. After the morning I had yesterday, I'm telling you, I just have this feeling somebody sent something.
I mean, so I guess it may have started earlier that day because I was standing by my side of the bed, and from my side of the bed, you could look into my bathroom, and I always leave the lights on in the bathroom, and I had the door open about a foot and a half, and I'm looking in there, and I swear I see like something white like whoosh across from like the shower to towards the mirror. So I'm like, I'm thinking it's the curtain. So I asked my wife, I'm like, yo, is the window open in the bathroom? She's like, no, this has been closed for like a week already. I'm like, then what the fuck did I just see? So I walk into the bathroom, there's nothing in there. But I swear to God, something whisked right past the opening in there. It looked white, like the color of my curtain. It looked like that, but it wasn't the curtains.
Morning, Dion. Morning, Richard, Chase, and Ed B. Morning, all. Jason. Yes, there is a way to send something after a group.
I got to get the live chat up on my computer. I just walked in the door, hopped on real quick.
Well, Valda told me a little bit about yours, but I didn't know Bass had an issue either.
Well, yeah, because actually we were on a conference call with Vault, but he had backed out of
Uh
the
huh.
call. Me and Bass were started talking, and he had said, I was like, "Yo, have you seen has anything weird been happening to you in the past few days or whatnot?" And he thought about it, and he said he thought about he had scratches on him like last week that he didn't know where they came from, and then he said he was walking out of his bedroom and he saw what looked like a shadow standing in his kitchen. So when you walk out of his
Mm-hmm.
bedroom, you walk out of his bedroom and turn to the left, it's a straight shot to the kitchen, and then you can see there's a big window, street lights right outside that window. And he said it was standing there. It was about his height, and me and him are 6'1".
Yeah. Mm. Sharon said, Lakea, something was sent against Josh Turner and Nelly. That's what he said. He's a straight shooter. I remember hearing something about that too. Hearing that somebody sent something to Josh Turner and Nelly. And you know what? I wouldn't doubt it if they didn't send something to all of us. Because, like I said, my house is protected. I have wards up, I have spells up, I have shut up, rainy shit, cat. Lord. I have, spells, I have wards, I have made it my sacred space. There should have been no way something got through. Rainy! Seriously. Hold on just a minute, y'all. I gotta mute.
Yeah, no problem. What's up, everybody? Good morning. How are you guys doing? Oh, there goes Chub Chub. What? Okay. I know what you said, but okay. We'll put some clothes on, dude. He's learning how to potty train everybody, so we've been letting him walk around. Okay. He's been learning how to potty train, so he's been walking around with a diaper. Dude, do not open
Okay,
doors. Don't
sorry
let
about
Opie out.
that, guys.
Chub Chub
I had to get
came in
Vault
to
to
say
put
hi.
the chat out.
Oh, now Vault had the issue with his internet last night.
Yes,
I had it.
he kept
Is
going. He kept
so
trying to go live, and it wouldn't.
my question is, I just thought about this. Now,
The show that I did yesterday wasn't even fucking rendered.
Yeah, he's sort of half asleep. He said the show he did yesterday didn't even want to render.
Hold on, give me a
It didn't
second. My
render.
wife's calling.
So, hey James, how are you? It does. It is a cat mating call. My kitty cat's in heat, and she's usually she's usually quiet until I go live, and when I go live, then she wants to talk.
So
So,
I was thinking, now out of me, you, Vault, and Bass, you're the only you and Bass are the only ones that have seen, say, shadows or whatnot,
yeah,
and like are targeted, and then it's just branching off of us. Like you know how targeting someone in that specific family. Like
Yeah,
you're
I don't know.
like say you're targeted, but then it's messing with Vault 2, and then say because Bass saw the shadow, I didn't see a shadow. So Bass be targeted, and I'm seeing it also, and like weird stuff's happening to me.
It very well could be. That very well could be what's happening, but I just find it weird that it's like it's a multitude of us all at one time. And like I said, I usually go by my gut instinct. My gut instinct never ever has led me wrong. And I'm telling you, the first thing I thought of when I seen that big black shadow person was somebody sent it. That was the first thought in my head. Not to be scared, not what is it, but somebody sent it. That was my very first thought.
No, I haven't seen that, but when I was I was driving my stuff fucking crazy. I was like, yo, I know I put it there. I know I put it there. And my wife's like, you sure it's not in the car? I'm like, I know it's not in the car because I didn't go back outside until we went to go get food. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, and then to find it, I, and it's weird to find it in the middle of the floor of my studio.
Yeah,
Out
that
of
is
all places,
weird.
that out of all places that it could have been in the house. Like I took apart my oldest son. I took apart his room, flipped his mattress, flipped the other three mattresses. Nothing.
Mm.
And the floor of my studio where I talk about all the paranormal stuff.
But yeah, like I said, I remember somebody saying Josh had said something about somebody sending him and his wife something, messing with them. And I don't remember what it was. I don't know the details, but I just do remember that part of it. And you know what? I wouldn't be surprised that that's
I mean,
not
for
what's
what?
happening to us.
For what though? We've pretty much
Jealousy,
the pretty
jealousy.
much the family's been pretty much we just been keeping to ourselves and shit. You know what I mean? Like I don't whatever. Just please, if you're out there doing that shit, stop it, dude. We haven't been
That
bothering nobody.
exactly. Like, quit. Like I said, if you don't like me and you feel that strongly against me, send me an email.
Yeah,
Send me an email. I'll read your email.
like
Can't promise I
don't
won't
send
delete it, but I'll read it.
don't send shit to my house, man. Like I got kids, dude.
Exactly.
That shit is little kids. That shit is not cool.
Not cool at all when you got little kids. No. Because little kids are extra sensitive compared to adults because they haven't been trained yet and
Plus, they
molded
haven't
by
been corrupted by
society.
they haven't
Yeah,
been corrupted by all the crap and shit that we eat as
exactly.
adults.
Exactly.
Is anybody talking in chat? Move.
Jason, Miss B, my Shirley to my Laverne, actually asked me the same thing. If it couldn't have been her. And I hate to point fingers when I don't know or anything like that, but
You talking about
I don't know.
the other one? See, but
The
if that's the
stalker.
case, but if that's the case, like I have had nothing to do with that. Why send something my way?
Because she hates the whole family. Because she hates DW that bad. That's just how she works. But to be honest with you, I don't think she would because I think something like that would scare her, to be honest. She's more Christian religious than that, so I don't think I personally don't I would not say she would do that. I don't think she would. I think that's a little bit beyond her reach, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So other than that,
If you want to send that shit to people, send that shit to somebody who's like bothering you or something like that. Not to a bunch of people who's just been watching videos and giving our opinion. That's all we're doing
send
lately.
it Send it to somebody that deserves it. Send it to a serial killer.
Yeah,
Send it to a pedophile. Don't
damn,
don't
there's
send it to
hundreds of
me.
thousands of them out there.
Don't send that shit to me. I don't want it.
And I almost think there's a little bit of symbolism there because I work so much. So, like, my money's in my wallet, my debit cards in
Hmm.
my wallet, everything like that. So, I mean, so money is a big thing with me. So yeah,
That's
we'll take
somebody
his
messing
wallet.
with your fortune.
Yeah, we'll take his wallet. Let him stew a little bit.
Hmm.
I'm sitting here looking at the spot where I found this shit, and I'm still like, there's no way I didn't see that shit there. Like when I tell you I took everything out of my little studio, I took everything except the desk came out of here.
Damn. I'm telling
Like
you
yeah,
something.
like I like just in case I was like checking my bank account to make sure like money's still in my account and shit. I don't. It's like that it's got to be in the house some damn where. And sure enough,
Yeah. Well, that's like a false phone going missing.
yeah,
I mean, he's
yeah,
looked
like
everywhere.
that's yep, like mischievous stuff.
I'm talking everywhere. And to be honest, he thinks maybe he accidentally threw it away. I don't think he did. But we have torn his whole studio apart looking. I've even tore up my bathroom looking for it, thinking maybe he carried it in there and sat it down or something.
Yeah.
I have looked everywhere.
I don't know. Maybe we pissed off something in one of those videos and it came to get us.
I don't know. I don't know.
Indrid, tell your homeboys to leave us alone.
Yeah, tell Bobby stop it, dang it. A damn drunk alien. I'm
Oh, so
telling you the truth. The
yeah,
shadow I seen was so big. Like my ceiling's like an average size, ceiling, right?
yeah.
The figure was like almost 3 to 4 inches lower than my ceiling, and its shoulders was as wide as a recliner. That's how big. But you could clearly see that it was like a person. And I'm talking about it was solid black, not smoky, not gray, not no, it was solid black. And it felt like a man looking at you.
And that, like this has never happened before in that house.
No. No, no, no. The only thing we've had is the boy that, killed himself.
Yeah,
He usually stays out in the yard. We have a lady that walks, a lady that died here too from cancer. She walks through the front yard. There's like a flower garden out there, and she kind of hangs around the flower garden when people see her. And then now we have been hearing kids, like, you remember that night on Halloween where I said I heard the children laughter?
yeah.
We have been hearing children here in the house. I heard it laugh not too long ago. My daughter-in-law heard it laugh. We heard it together, actually. Vault heard it say wanna play. My oldest son Lethal heard it say wanna play. And we've been hearing that recently, but it's a child. Or at least it sounds like a child. And we think though what happened was my son, has that haunted teddy bear.
Yeah.
And he's had it ever since he was a little kid, and we knew it had a little boy attached to the bear. We knew that when we got it. And it's been fine, except for my son is now 18. He is no longer a child. And we
Yeah.
think what's happened is because he's no longer a child, that the child that was attached to the bear,
Had
that
somebody to play
spirit
with
is
them.
now looking for somebody else to play with. because my
That
son
makes
is no
sense.
longer a kid.
So, there's just some like, what are you guys doing with the bear?
Nothing. It just sits there. Like I could bind it, but the little kid that's attached to the bear doesn't bother anything. Like you would catch my son when he was little, like talking and playing with the bear and talking to somebody in there, but like it didn't bother anything. And my son would straight up tell you it was like a ghost boy. Like he knew what he was talking to. It was just a little boy that's attached to this bear that was his bear, and he passed away, and he just wanted a friend. So like I said, I could bind the bear and and send him over, but he hasn't bothered anybody, and him and my son have kept each other company all these years. But now that my son's 18, it's almost like the little boy is no longer with the bear. He's looking for another playmate.
Yeah. If you're when you have grandkids, there you go, right there.
Exactly.
So you, so
James, I
you
don't know if Dark Waters has had any trouble. The only people I don't know about that's had anything hasn't had anything weird is Chaos, Dark Waters, and DDoS. And I need to check with them and see if they've had anything weird.
like, I know the wallet thing sounds so stupid, but it doesn't, because that shit just doesn't happen.
It doesn't sound weird at all. Look, I feel like my shit sounds weird. What are you talking about?
Like, not
I have
weird, but maybe like like, oh, like, people might think it sounds stupid like that, but that never happens to me
yeah.
the way this played out. It's just, yeah, guys, go have video games or some shit, man. Leave me alone.
Right?
There's a million other things you could be doing. Exercise, fucking go swimming or something. I don't know. Get out of the basement. Do something with yourself.
Hmm. But like I said, I don't understand how it got through the wards on my home. That's what I don't understand because I haven't had anything come through before that I didn't allow in my home. And that's what I don't understand. Like this come through my wards, through my sacred space, through my spells that I've got up into my home. Like I just don't get it.
Um, Hopefully that's the end of it. So
I hope so. I hope so. If I'm gonna do a little zhuzhing this weekend and try to get my house back right and cleansed and consecrated, and hopefully that will handle that.
see, I've never done the whole like sage burning and stuff like that. I might have to
Hmm.
look into that. I might have to look into that.
I use my favorite thing to use to cleanse and consecrate my house is Florida water.
Like, where
You
would you
can
get that?
make you can make Florida water, but you can buy it online anywhere.
Oh, okay.
You can buy it online at any metaphysical store, any botanica. Um, hell, you could probably find it on Amazon.
What's the significance of Florida water?
It's a cologne, but these colognes have certain things in them that are cleansing properties.
Okay.
And it's kind of like a all-in-one. It smells good, but it's got the property. It's made up of the properties that you would use to cleanse with. And what you do is you put a little bit in your mop water, and you start at the back corner of your house, and you mop from the back all the way to your front door, and then you throw the mop water out your front door, and then you cleanse your front walk in front of your house. And what that does is it cleanses and consecrates your home and gets rid of all negativity in your home and makes your home like a sacred space.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna look into that.
Yeah. But it only takes just a little bit in your mop water lake. A bottle of Florida water will last you forever. If you were a kid or somebody, like, okay, let's say a kid's having like super bad nightmares, or you feel like something's bothering your kid, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can take a little bit of Florida water on your fingertip and mark like a cross on their forehead, and that gives them protection.
Oh, okay. So
So
kind of
it's
like
got
when they're
double
doing,
uses.
kind of like when they're doing the anointing thing in church.
Yes, yes. Like I said, you can even just put a dot on their forehead or on the top of their head where their crown is. Same thing. I also like to take Florida water, and I'll take me a spray bottle and put regular water in it, like spring water or holy water, and then I'll put a little bit of Florida water in there with the crystal, shake it up, and I spray my house with it. Kind of like homemade Febreze for spirits.
Rachel said brick dust too. They are not able to go into places with a high pH. So
Hmm.
put alkaline things on your floor and walls like baking soda or brick dust, etc.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, I have red brick dust. What you do is you're walking down the street or something, you see an old building with red brick that's crumbling, grab you one of those red bricks. The older the building, the better the brick.
And just smash it in the dust.
And smash it into nothing with a hammer. Yep.
Yeah, yeah. Sharon just said brick dust from old bricks.
Yep. Like I said, the older the better.
Tar water. What is tar water?
War water is good too. That's what I'm gonna make this weekend.
Oh, is it the same thing, or did I just, or is it like a mistake in chat?
War
Sharon.
water. Okay, with war water, you take like rusty nails and coffin nails and stuff, and you put them in this jar, and you put your liquid ingredients in there, and you get really mad and you shake it and shake it and shake it and shake the hell out of it. And you constantly shake it and shake it and shake it. The rustier the nails, the better the nails. And it's called war water.
And what's that supposed to do?
It's like, huh, think about it. When you're going to war, you got a sword, right?
Yeah.
This is the same thing. You would
Oh,
make a
for like
poppet of you would make the poppet of the other person. And let's say, here's an example. You would make a poppet of another person. A poppet is like a voodoo doll, but different.
yeah, yeah.
You would make a poppet to represent the other person. And you would use the war water on that poppet to inflict your enemy.
See, you are talking some stuff I'm not willing to get into. Yeah.
Inflict means to like send shit like we got.
Hmm. Yeah. See, I'm not. No, I wouldn't do that.
See, I
I'm good.
don't do
Truth.
that.
I'm good. Big Cole. How are you, man?
I don't do that. That's the thing about it. That's not my type of practice. I know all about it. I know how to do it, but it's not like I'm not that type of person, you know.
See, I've never even. I've looked up. I've looked up the stuff because it's part of everything that I'm into. But
Yeah.
I've never. I don't wouldn't have enough information to say do that to somebody. No, nor would I want to do that to somebody. So for somebody to send some shit to my house, it's just
Yeah.
I don't care.
Exactly.
I don't care if it was mischievous or not. What's the why?
Why? Exactly. I'm telling you though, people are crazy, truth. People are crazy.
We need to stick them all in the. What state do you think we need to stick all the crazy people in? I say like Montana or North Dakota with a high with a high fence.
North Dakota, because I don't never hear nothing about North Dakota. I
All right,
always hear stuff about Montana and everywhere else, but nobody ever mentions North Dakota. It
listen,
always gets forgotten.
listen here, people. When truth comes to power, Montana will be designated for crazy and stupid people with a high electric fence. So be warned. You've been warned.
Hey, Red Love. Hey, girlfriend. But I'm telling you, there's ways to create things, there's ways to send things, and there's ways to get rid of things. But when you have something sent to you and you don't know why and you don't know from where and what the cause of it is and what they've sent because its signature is like, okay, somebody spoke to me in my dream and pulled me back into reality. Then I see this big black shadow figure, and then my door starts opening up. And then Vault lost his phone, and then the Vault's computer won't render, and he can't go live, and blah, blah, blah. Like, it's got so many different aspects to it. Like, what is it? You know, what type of juju is this I'm dealing with? Because if it was just like things going awry, that would just be spell work. But I
Yeah.
know this is an entity because I seen the entity with my own eyes.
Do you think it's that said entity that's causing the mischief in your house?
I do. I really do. I think Red's daughter a little bit was right when she said it's she said like a shapeshifter, like a trickster. Like it can change form and do this and do that. And I highly agree with that.
Yeah. I won't get into I had because when I found my wallet, the first thing I thought of was to call Vault and ask him a specific question.
Hmm.
Do you know what question it was? Matter of
I
fact,
think,
I'll send it to. I'll send you. I'm not going to say it in chat. I'll send it to you in the private chat.
yeah.
But I asked him it over the phone, and he was like, "No, that didn't happen."
Hmm. Hey, Quenisha. Good morning, girly. Jason, I'm going to try a couple of things this weekend. I'm
Put it
going
in.
to cover all my bases. The reason why I say this weekend is because I'm ruled by Saturn. So Saturday is my day, and that's the best time for me to do my workings. So I'm waiting for Saturday.
I put that question in the private chat.
Let's see. That's what I thought. That's exactly what I thought.
And he said no. So I was like,
Yeah,
well, what
no,
the hell was it then?
no. I thought that's what you were gonna were gonna say because I would have thought the same thing. And like I said yesterday, I had somebody come and bless my home. They cleansed and blessed it after the fact. So I don't know, just weird to me.
Hey, good morning, Quenisha. How you doing?
Hey, Sean, how are you?
Sean G, what's going on, brother?
Chasing the truth. I wish we knew the truth.
Hey, hey, can we bring Sean in and see if he's had anything other than smelling smoke?
Yes, can you send him the link?
Yeah, send it to him through Messenger. Hey, Sean, I'm gonna send you a StreamYard link, brother. So The internet moves so much faster when all my kids are in school.
I know that's right.
Like, 4 Xboxes draining it.
Look, you're not telling me nothing. Between both of our kids, shoot.
Well, yeah, yours is more inclined because yours is pretty much your kids are hackers. Let's just call it what it is.
Yeah. And then we have the cam on too. And then our computers and our phones.
There we go. Hey, Shawn, I just sent you the StreamYard link through Facebook Messenger.
Jason, I think yesterday during DW's live stream, he mentioned that they have all just been sent out. Rad, I don't know what I run. I have no idea.
You read Sharon's comment.
Mm-hmm. You're a Capricorn, so you will analyze it like a lawyer and attack like a military commander. Very true.
See, I'm a Gemini, so you guys are getting my cool personality side.
Yeah.
You don't want to see my flip when I flip shit, man. You don't want to see it. Like people, like when I'm a supervisor at UPS, so when I talk to people, I'm like doing my low talk and everything like that, and it's like, yo, I never hear you yell, and I'm like, I save the yelling, so when I do yell, you know to take me seriously.
Okay, hold on, Sean's here. Alrighty.
Hey.
Good morning.
What's
Good
up, Sean?
morning.
How you doing?
So what is it you want to ask me at first thing in the morning?
Okay, so remember how you were smelling smoke the other night?
Oh yeah, cigarette smoke.
So in the past, like, day and a half, 2 days, has anything else weird happened to you other than the normal stuff that happens in your spooky house?
In the past day and a half, just loud bangs that I can't explain. You know, you get these old 100-year plus old houses, they creak. There's no doubt about that. But there's been some bangs in here that I'm like, what the hell fell? But other than that, just that smoke. I have smelled Copenhagen chewing tobacco in here. That the last person that chewed that died almost a decade ago. So,
well, we've been having issues with entities the past 2 or 3 days.
are you talking about the little girl or the little child or whatever it was?
Well, I had something come in my dream. I was lucid dreaming, and somebody come in my dream. And when I woke up from my dream, I did a live stream about it. After I ended the live stream late yesterday morning, I turned over my left shoulder, and there is this black shadow figure that is as wide as a recliner and as tall as my ceiling standing beside my bed. I blink and think, okay, Tabitha, you know what you seen, but you didn't see it, but you know you seen it. So, I was trying to talk myself into I know what I seen. And that lasted for about a minute or two. And then all of a sudden, Balt's little dog goes to cutting up at my door. And the cat that's always meowing, who never hisses, starts hissing and bowing up at my door. And I literally watched my door handle turn and my door open about 2 inches, and I can clearly see through the crack. There's nothing on the other side.
Oh, wow. Now, I've seen last night I mentioned on my show, I think at the end of my show, that I seen a shadow figure. Well, I'm in my dining room now, literally about a foot away from me. A shadow figure about 5 foot tall, looks like the outline of a woman with a hat on. A short, dumpy old woman. and it was a shadow figure standing there. And I just caught a glimpse of it, and then she went away.
Well, then Truth has had something, and Bass had something happen to him. Vault's had something happen to him. We're just wondering if I have a gut feeling somebody sent something to me. I always trust my gut, and I hate to say that about somebody, but I just have a feeling somebody has sent an entity to me.
Mm-hmm.
As crazy as that sounds. And we're just checking with each other to see if anybody else in the Dark Waters Nation network has had anything happening to them.
Well, that entity or whatever you want to call it, shadow thing, that happened about a month and a half ago to me.
Yeah.
Give or take.
All right. So what happened to me? It's like mischievous shit. So, long story short, I put my wallet in one place, right behind my air fryer in my kitchen. Fast forward a couple hours, I go to grab it. My wallet's not there anymore. I start looking around the house for an hour, can't find it. Left, came back, me and my wife tore the house apart for 2.5 hours, the entire house. Still couldn't find it. Right? Go to work the next morning, come home. My wife tore apart the kitchen again, cleaned everything. She still couldn't find it. I tore apart the bedroom, the kids' rooms, the bathroom, my studio, back and forth in my studio like 20 times. Now my studio plays a part in this. So finally I'm super mad, and I'm like, yo, I'm gonna sit down, I'm gonna take a shower, and I'm gonna lay down for a little bit before I have to go to work. It'll come to me, whatever. So my wife actually comes down into my studio, uses my laptop for a few minutes, comes back upstairs. So I come downstairs to start grabbing shit. I open the door. Now, mind you, I've been in and out of this room over 20 times. My wallet is sitting in the middle of the floor of my studio. So I go upstairs and I start spazzing my wife. I'm like, yo, why are you fucking with me? She's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, yo, my wallet was in the middle of the floor of my studio. It hasn't been there all morning. Like, why are you fucking with me? She's like, I didn't do it. And then she sees the look on my face and she starts laughing. I guess because we've been looking for so long, she just found it funny. I didn't find that shit funny at all. Like, and like I said, it's just mischievous. It was mischievous, but that shit never happens to me. And for it to be in the middle of the floor of my studio where I do like my paranormal talk and stuff like that, that shit, yeah, not cool.
So you ruled out everything that possibly could have put it there.
Everything.
Other than, okay, well, I just got a text message about someone I know talking about green snakes that this person dreamt about this morning. And it lunged at this person. That's what woke this person up. Okay. I didn't have any weird dreams in the past little bit, but yeah. All in all, my house has been a little bit calmer than it usually is.
Yeah.
So, but
and, the other night, Bass was walking out of his bedroom, and he saw a shadow standing in his kitchen.
that's a little this kind of disarms you when you walk or go into an area and you're like, what the fuck was that?
I'm just saying, I know it may sound like, oh, he just lost his wallet or just bullshit, but that never happens to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And finally, I guess when it realized, like, all right, he's pissed off enough, I'll put it back, and then put it right in the middle of the fucking floor in my studio. Wow. Now, mind you, I've been in my studio 20 plus times. I've pulled out the three, like you saw the layout of my studio. I pulled out the printer, the desk, the books, all that shit, and then put it for it to be sitting in the middle of the floor.
I've had that happen quite a few times. I will lose crap where I'm in a wheelchair, everything is within arm's reach, and I haven't moved in a while.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I will lose shit. Little things like a remote control or a pen or something that you wouldn't normally think that you would lose. And then 2 days later, I find it, and it's not in the same place where I thought I had it, not in the same room. You're like, okay.
See, Big Hole just said it. It is probably something that is not bound to the laws of those wards. Talking about the wards around my house. And that's what and I hate to say it, I'm not a demonic person. I don't do demons and I don't believe in demons the way most people do. But I'm to the point I think that's what somebody sent. I said this to Vault yesterday. That's what I feel like. If I had to put a name on it, I would say somebody sent a demon to my house.
Huh. Well, I'll have to talk to you offline about that. Okay.
Okay.
But yep.
So how are you this morning, Shawn? How are you?
I literally just got up about an hour ago. So I moved one of my Macs into the dining room, which I got a little cart where when I set up for crap, I move my junk into one room to set up for the show, which I got a little cart, moved all my stuff in. I haven't even got my coffee yet, man.
All you guys are late to the party. I've been up since 3:30.
Damn, that's when I went to sleep.
I've been up since about 5. But I also went to bed early. I'm getting old. I just can't hang.
Hey, James, I appreciate that, man. If you guys could, it might help.
Oh, yeah.
All prayers and positivity is more than welcome to be sent this way. I'll take what you give on the positive side.
Oh, you don't sleep injured? So what do you do?
Don't sleep. So you've seen shadow figures in your house too? Or was that your brother?
That was Bass. I haven't seen any shadows. The only thing I saw, well, I had the wallet experience, but it was I was standing in my bedroom, and from my side of the bed, you could look directly into my bathroom, and the bathroom door was open like a foot and a half, 2 feet, and I'm looking in there, and something white moved from right to left from the shower towards the mirror. So like looking, I'm wearing my glasses at that point because like I'm like, yo, squinting. What the hell was that? So I asked my wife, like, yo, there's a window open in the bathroom. She's like, no. I'm like, whoa, what the hell was that? So I walk in there and there's nothing in there. There's no there's no breeze from the heat coming down, flapping the showers, flapping the curtains or anything like that. So like that's the only thing kind of that like that I've seen.
Bass wants to know, Sean, what do you think of the Glimmer Man vid?
I didn't really watch it. Actually, what happened was I downloaded all that stuff and I saw what time it was. And I was like, well, I don't think Vault's going to go on. So I just saved it to the history. And then I updated my computer. A new OS update came in.
Yeah, he told me every time he tried to go live, something on his computer was stopping from going live.
That's weird.
And that the video that he done yesterday at the cemetery or whatever, and stuff, it wouldn't even render last night.
You work on your explosive space modulator. Marvin Martian is my favorite character, hands down.
Aw.
I had a college professor that could mimic that character to the T. We later became friends after I got out of college and started working with him on a professional level. But he was a little weird, but I like that.
Quenisha said that's why I stayed up waiting for Vault. Honey, believe me when I say he was madder than a wet hen in a bee bonnet. He was mad.
Oh,
He was so looking forward to the live stream. All I know is I fell asleep and he come in here slamming stuff down beside the bed. I said, "What are you doing?" "I'm going to bed." I said, "You didn't go live?" He said, "I can't go live. Every time I try, it stops me." He said, "So damn it, I'm going to bed." I said, "Okay, good night." He was mad. He was not a happy camper. He was so looking forward to going live.
oh yeah. Well, I was looking forward to it. I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. Bass had 3 videos that he sent. Then a couple of the people that was on my live stream last night. What was it? Jennifer? Can't remember her last name. She sent me a couple of pictures, and then the guy that called from uh, Australia sent me a
Yeah.
couple of videos, and I was like, "Oh man, we're gonna have a fun night tonight."
Oh, awesome. Well, hopefully he'll be able to go live tonight. I'm hoping so because he was mad. He was so looking forward to it.
So, could an entity? I'm just throwing this out
Yeah.
because metaphysics I'm kind of familiar with from a perspective of talking about it. I've dealt with metaphysics because of my near-death experiences and everything else. Can an entity, whatever the hell you want to classify it as, can it monkey with digital computers and connections and shit like that?
Yes. Yes, because it's like dealing with a conductor.
Okay.
Yeah, they sap energy. Like if it's the same
Yeah.
principle with like the ghost hunters. Like they'll go out there and they'll go to like a insane asylum or something like that, and they'll be in there. The entity or ghost or whatever is drawing on the energy from the batteries, and it's causing the disruptions and battery drainage and everything like that. That's why paranormal investigators often report their
Don't let
equipment
her.
being drained or messed with. So I believe whatever was sent does have the ability to mess with electronic equipment, computers, whatnot. Shit, it might even have physical capabilities to move a fucking wallet, man. I don't know.
Well, I've had shit thrown around in my house, pictures falling off, ripped off walls, thrown pictures upstairs, and crap like that. Even been pushed physically forward in my wheelchair by an unseen hand.
Mm.
Yeah.
You better be careful. Don't let them push you down to some stairs or nothing now.
Oh no. If I fall, I've got a pretty good grasp of shit like that. So, but
Well, that's
yeah,
good.
I just had, for the grace of God, I had family that gave 2 damns about me, and I
Yeah.
moved into this house. And after 3 months in the hospital, still had an open wound on my leg. They, never closed it. They just allowed it closed by itself. So I had additional 3 months of healing with that particular thing. So I moved in and moved into an old bedroom, and I rolled in there one night, and I don't know what the hell I was doing, but sat there, and then all of a sudden I could feel hands on the back of my chair pushing, not the handles of the chair, but the soft part where you lean
Yeah.
back on, just pushed me forward. I had to physically
Ooh.
hold it back, and I looked around and I was like, what the hell was that?
Wow.
This is long before I met or started talking to DW or even knew he existed. So
Yeah.
now this was just a couple months after I had moved into here. This is back in 2016, early 2016.
Mm-hmm.
So, uh, when I first moved back in here, my grandmother was still alive, and this is the weirdest thing. My grandmother was going through dementia and in late stages of dementia and stuff, and she could barely grasp and keep hold of things that happened within 5 minutes of anything. Her memory length was 5 minutes, unless it was something that was catastrophic and it bugged her emotions. Then she could hold on to it a little bit longer. I
Yeah.
remember one day I was sitting in the living room with her, and she was on the couch, and we were talking about something. Usually I could trigger some old latent memory of hers from back when I was a kid, when she was a kid, or whatever, and she would just rattle off stuff like crazy. So that's how I engaged with her. And we finished talking, and all of a sudden it looked like something jumped on her back and pushed her forward. And she looked at me like, Shawn, why'd you do that? And then she figured out I was too far away from her to even touch her. And then she thought about it for a second, and then the memory just faded on her. That was the weirdest. That was another thing I hadn't. I don't believe I've ever said that on the live airstream, but yeah, that was one of the weirdest things I had seen. It wasn't she had a cramp or anything like that. It was like something just jumped on her left shoulder, pushed her forward a little bit, and she was about ready to jump my case until she figured out, no, that could have been Shawn. He was 7 feet from me.
James said, Ed B said maybe Michael Owens could help. I remember him talking about that too. I've already talked to Michael. I talked to Michael yesterday about everything.
Michael's spin on these shadow figures. They're vampires of some sort, energy zappers or something.
But I talked to him yesterday.
Sharon said moving a wallet is teleporting, and that is high level entity. Well, if it is, they can go take their high level ass back to wherever they came from.
That lady that called in my show last night, Tina, at the end, that I'm going to do a show on the 28th, I gave her a link to this live stream. She says, well, I was listening, and then it just cut off for whatever reason. I can't listen anymore. Weird.
Huh.
So.
Okay. Like I said, I even had somebody bless and pray over my home yesterday and still having weird stuff happening. This is like an ongoing thing to where, like, the Lord and Savior didn't even come down and help, is how I feel at this point. He's like, I'm not touching it. I don't know what else to do.
Don't know. Just say a prayer over it. I'll say a prayer for you in your house and your family.
I greatly appreciate that. I'm telling you, all prayers and positivity, I will take it, because this is crazy, and it makes you feel crazy. It really does.
I thought I was like when I tell you I was mad, boy, I was mad. And then when I found it laying in the middle of the floor, that shit sent me to a level 100. I immediately went upstairs. Yo, why are you fucking with me? But let's change the subject. Let's get on some positivity here. What do you guys got planned for the rest of the day?
Believe it or not, I have another expedition to do, and it's at another cemetery. So, I don't know if that's exactly a good thing or not.
Holy cow. So, most cemeteries, most graveyards are consecrated ground, I would say. So, how and why could something haunt a cemetery?
See, that's what I don't understand. It's hollowed ground. That's what I've never understood that. I don't understand that.
Is it because maybe that spirit's still tied to the body that's in the ground there?
It could be, and it could be. The only thing I can think of is that spirit was for them to be able to be on hallowed ground, sacred ground, consecrated ground, would have to be that they were what I call pure of heart, a good person to be able to hone. I don't understand how people say, "Oh, this evil murderer killed these people, and he's been said to be hone here and hone there." I don't think that would be allowed.
See, I don't know because I've heard of a story where these group of kids went out to the cemetery, and this lady, she was a ghoul looking thing,
Yeah.
came out of the ground and tried to grab them and shit. So I don't know.
Well,
Sharon said, "Not every grave in every cemetery is consecrated."
yeah, that's why I said most. Didn't say everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Aren't there some black arts rituals where they go to graveyards, collect, you know, graveyard dirt or grave dirt
Oh
or
yeah,
whatever?
I have graveyard dirt, but mine is from my own ancestors, and I use it in protection bottles. But I don't use it in a malicious intent. Like I said, mine's from my own ancestors. But yes, people do go out and collect graveyard dirt and graveyard dirt from specific graves. Usually with ill intent, and I am firmly against that. Firmly against that.
Yeah, Jason, I've had that happen to me a few times too. I'll go looking for my glasses and shit's around like top of my head.
I had a thing years ago where I would find my remote control in the ice box.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. I'm like, well, I remember having it, but I don't remember taking it to the icebox and put it in the icebox. But it was more often than not, it would be laying right there in the icebox when I lose it. But I don't have that problem now since I moved in to this old house. But this old house has some interesting things, to say the least.
Well, I was always told if you want to save your assets, you always put your money in the freezer.
Oh yeah, I've seen like if you wanted to keep a card or something like that, then you don't want to spend it and you just want to do it in an emergency to keep the temptation. Put in a Ziploc bag, freeze it in a block of ice, and put it in your refrigerator or freezer.
Yep. And Jason says no, the dude was actually wearing them on his face.
Yeah, damn, his lenses must have been really clear then. Shit.
My goodness.
I'm tired of wearing glasses. I got to make an appointment. I got to go get contacts. But my wife's like, "Oh, you're gonna fall asleep with them in your eyes." Like, yo, they make some that you can keep in for a few days because I constantly fall asleep in my glasses.
Yeah, my son Lethal at one point, he can't wear contacts. He's tried multiple times and he can't. He's actually we think he's allergic to the contacts.
Okay.
But he had some that was like 24-hour wear.
Yeah.
And he liked them that he could wear them 24 hours. But the problem is, just like you would get a rash on your skin if you're allergic to something, that happened to his eyes.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Ow.
So it wasn't the solution because we changed the solution multiple times. We think he was actually allergic to the material of the contact.
Hey, what's up, Jeremy? How you doing, man?
Hey, JJ. How are you? I actually think Jeremy is supposed to I think he's supposed to go back out with us today too. I'm not for sure.
I can squint like George Costanza.
He's sleeping, Jeremy. Or you can always call and wake him up.
Yeah, get your ass up, boy.
Jason said, my grandfather fell asleep with his glasses on all the time. My grandmother smeared Vaseline on him one time.
Oh, I wonder if I could do that to Vault next time he falls asleep with them on.
Here's a strange ritual that my grandfather used to do to take a nap. For whatever reason, he would take a 3-blade pocket knife and rest it on the bridge of his nose, and he'd fall asleep that way. And that was the only way he could fall asleep. Don't ask me why. I don't know.
Oh, wow.
Couldn't tell you why he did that, but he did that just about every time I ever noted that he went to take a nap during the day.
Question: Did the knife stay on his nose the entire nap, or did it end up like falling off?
No, it stayed on his nose as far as I remember.
Oh, that's strange.
Yeah. Kind
of cool, but kind of strange at the same time.
So
hey, that's shit you can't make up, buddy. That's all I can
tell you. No.
He stayed completely still?
Yeah.
Was he military or something like that before? Or?
No, I don't think he was in the military, but he was a coal miner. So that wouldn't say anything about his habits or whatever. But that was just one of the strange things I remember with my grandfather.
You know what? Maybe you said he was a coal miner, right? Maybe that was a trick for when they like fell asleep. Like if there was a rumble in the ground while they were taking a nap and they felt that knife like tip off their nose, they'd wake up instantly.
Oh, that's a good point.
I'll ask my aunt later. She's coming over a little bit later and ask her about that.
I mean, just a theory.
Yeah, well, that's more plausible than what I had. I had no clue why he did that. Other than I associated that with him napping. I think I asked him one time. He said, that's how I nap.
I nap. I like sleep like straight as a board. Like on my back, hands by my sides, feet together, do not move, like sitting up with the dead type of sleep.
Listen, I can fall asleep standing up against a wall, honestly.
I am not that special. I'm sorry, Truth, you win that one because I would be flat on my face.
There's been plenty of times I've leaned up against one of those I-beams at UPS, put my hoodie on, fucking stood there sleeping. They don't know that. Well, they might now, though.
If they're listening to the stream, yeah. I've seen some people I used to run sleep labs and did sleep studies. I've seen people fall asleep while they're standing up. The narcolepsy people, strangest disorder ever. And
I'm supposed to be having a sleep study done for sleep apnea.
Mm-hmm.
Until they told me the price. They told me $1,200.
Yeah, that sounds about average. If you don't have insurance.
Yeah, I don't have insurance. I said, that's just gonna have to wait.
I went to school with a girl with like we had a few classes together, and she would just zonk right out for a few minutes, and then wake up like nothing happened and shit.
Oh yeah, there was a doctor, a pulmonologist, when I first started working, that had narcolepsy, and he would be writing some script or writing some note or something at in the doctor's office, and he would just stop writing and he'd pass out, and then he'd wake up and he'd start writing again, just like nothing happened.
Hey Sharon, thank you for the compliment.
All I can tell you is a lot of. How many people are watching us now?
29, I think.
Hey, you're growing.
Yeah, finally.
Yeah.
I gained about 50 subscribers yesterday, but I figured I would lose about 30 of them after they listened to me.
And I'll jump on here and you lose 20 more.
Hey, that's okay though. If they don't like my company I keep, then they can go on with it.
Oh yeah, there's Michael. Michael's in the house.
Hey, Michael. Okay, they should be paying you. Yeah, they should. Somebody should pay me. Later, Jeremy. I'll see you later when Vault wakes up.
Mm.
We're supposed to be going to a cemetery, and we're supposed to be going on another investigation on somebody else's property today. So we got 2 places we're supposed to be going.
Mm.
And one of them's out in the middle of nowhere. So I'm not looking forward to that one. Roxanne shall be traveling with us.
Yeah, Quenisha, in high school, I was that guy that I sat in the back of the class and there was like a chalkboard on the side. Yeah, I would like rest my head on the chalkboard. You'd often see me with like fucking chalk writing on my cheek and everything like that.
I had a kid in class that used to do that in high school. He'd sit up and he'd have a hoodie on, like the windbreaker type hoodies, and he'd raise off the board, and like the whole side of his head and his shoulder would be yellow with chalk.
The one time I fell asleep in class, I sat in the middle, and I'm asleep, and then all of a sudden I feel somebody looking at me. I crack one eye open, and the teacher's sitting right next to me, looking at me, and then everybody bursts out laughing. I'm like, hey, listen, it happens, man. She didn't say it. She was cool as hell though. Her name was Miss Nutters. Cool ass teacher.
I have a fear of falling asleep. Not
Why?
really a fear, but I don't like when you're falling asleep and you get that falling, relaxing feeling.
Yeah.
My body doesn't do that. My body becomes hypersensitive to where I will feel everything in my body. Every ache will be magnified. The blood rushing in my veins is magnified. The relaxation feeling on my chest is magnified. It's horrible. I hate falling asleep. I have to literally wear myself out to where as soon as I close my eyes, I'm out because I cannot just lay there to fall asleep.
Shit, like if I wasn't 3 cups of coffee in right now, I'd go upstairs. I'd go upstairs right now and pass out within 2 minutes.
See, I can't do that. It takes me forever. So I literally will sit up and watch videos on my phone till I cannot hold my head up any longer. And then I will lay my head down and fall asleep just so I'm not laying there waiting to fall asleep.
My wife gets mad all the time about how can you just fall asleep so fast?
That's what Vault does.
I don't know shit. It's a talent.
He
I
can
guess.
literally sit down, say, he'll tell me I'll be in the bedroom doing something. He'll be like, I'll be back there in 5 minutes to show me something on my computer. And like 5 minutes will pass and I'll go back up there and he's smooth asleep.
Damn. One of my rituals is watching MASH. And I was, for whatever reason, I guess it's psychological, whatever, MASH comes on, I get sleepy.
I do. I watch ASMR videos, where they do the sounds and the tingles and white noise and rain and stuff.
That bugs the living hell out of me to listen.
Well, there's this one channel that they're from Ecuador, and they do not speak a lick of English. I have no idea what the hell they're saying. All I know is they're performing limpias, which is a cleansing ritual. I will sit there and I have to watch them to fall asleep. If I do not watch one of those videos, I cannot fall asleep. I don't have an idea of a damn thing they're saying, but I gotta watch it.
Have you tried putting on like the YouTube? Go on YouTube and just put on like thunderstorm or like a crackling fire or something like that.
Oh yeah, my problem is that I like the noise so much, I stay awake listening to it.
Bass just said, if I want to fall asleep, I put on the news.
I can't watch the news. That shit gives me so much anxiety because it's always doom and gloom or somebody dying.
I wind up saying dumbass a lot when I start watching the news.
No, you know what I fall asleep to? Mountain monsters.
What?
Mountain monsters.
Oh, I love that show. I have yet to see the new one.
Yesterday when Vault called me, my phone started ringing, and my coworker starts looking at the TV like, "Oh shit, you got the show on?" I'm like, "Nah," because I got the Mountain Monsters theme song as my damn tone.
I got to rewatch that last episode.
Oh, it was good. It was good.
Big Hole says he goes to sleep to Supernatural.
Oh, I love Supernatural.
I've never watched it.
What?
Never watched it.
15 seasons, sir. You need to get on it.
There's a lot of stuff I haven't watched. What the hell? What's that big thing HBO with the oh crap. I forgot.
Justice League movie?
No, I watched that one. That one, the Snyder Cut was good. I like that one versus the original version. The original version was too woke for me. But what the?
I don't have 4 hours to dedicate to a movie.
4 hours is all right. It usually takes, if it's something like that, it takes me probably about 4 or 5 sittings to watch it all the way through. Game of Thrones, yes, Quenisha, that's it. Game of Thrones.
Oh, see, I've never watched.
I've never ever watched the first minute of that.
Me either.
Couldn't tell you what goes on, other than I heard a lot of people talk about it, and the last 2 seasons or whatever was just absolutely horrid, and it was like you got robbed or something at the end. That's all I got out of it.
I still haven't seen the new Ghostbusters yet.
Actually, that's pretty good stuff. It's a whole lot better than that 2016 version they came out with.
Oh, I hope so.
No, I haven't seen Ghostbusters yet. Really, there's only 2 movies I'm looking forward to this year. The new Batman, which is going to be super crazy, and the new Jeepers Creepers.
Oh, I didn't know they were coming out with a new one.
Hell yeah, man! They pretty much rebooted the series, and now the Creeper is going to be based out of the whole story is going to take place in New Orleans.
Oh,
yeah, yeah.
Spook Central.
Yeah, that sounds good.
I love the Creeper. That's such a great character.
Wow. I just got a picture from there was that lady that called in last night, Tina. She took she went on a ghost tour and took a bunch of pictures. And there's a picture of a lady and a man standing in it looks like a dining room, but it looks like there's a ghost behind one of the ladies.
Oh, wow.
But I'm going to save that for the show on the 28th. You can't explain it because the way she's standing in front of a fireplace, I'm looking at it right now, there's no room between the back of the ladies in the foreground and whatever it is standing. There's no room for anybody standing behind her between her and the fireplace. She's literally
wait for that show.
She's literally butt up against the fireplace.
That's going to be an epic show.
Hard to tell, but we'll see. The little bit she called in last night, I had fun talking to her. So,
yeah. I need
a new Beavis and Butthead's coming out. You gotta be serious. You're kidding, right?
Yep. Mike Judge recently had a new Beavis and Butthead movies coming out.
Wow. Oh hell! Hold on a second. Let me transfer this. I'll show this picture here in just a second. And you tell me what you think about it. If that'd be all right there, okay.
Oh
yeah. Okay. I forgot what the house's name was. on here. Let me get the picture up and then.
What if I keep hearing my phone vibrating? What the fuck?
Share screen, application. All right, here we go.
Yeah, Injured. They're talking about doing a updated King of the Hill.
You see this lady right here in the foreground here, and what is behind her?
What? Why that look like Baby Yoda? What the hell?
What in the world?
Is it
Do you see what I'm talking?
She's got her head facing the right. It's like right behind her, and it looks like it's facing the same direction.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. I got it this morning. It's like, wait a minute, I ain't even had my coffee yet.
That is so strange.
I can it might just be me, but I can kind of make out like an eye and like a slit of a mouth. And it's kind of like it's looking at the side of her face.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. Doesn't look like there's not enough room between the back end of that lady and that fireplace to have somebody standing behind her.
Well, definitely not. Because she's leaned up right against that thing.
Photobomb injured. Yeah.
Goodness. You're right, though. There's no room behind her. Oh, that's just weird.
Yeah. But yeah, she took all kinds. She's going to go on another ghost hunt, I think, in one of the cemeteries around there, graveyards today. So down in Savannah, Georgia. So we're going to have all kinds of stuff to look at on the 28th.
You guys, I can't zoom in on my phone.
Can't zoom in. Let's see if I can zoom in.
I zoomed in. I like full screened it, but it won't let me zoom in because I'm on my phone.
Let me stop sharing this because I don't want everything that's on my computer to be shared out. But I'll see if I can zoom in and then bring it back.
Okay.
Oh, your poor cat.
Y'all still hear her? She's not even in the same room with me anymore. She's like down the hall. I don't know what I'm going to do with her besides hopefully get her fixed next month.
Okay, let me get this up and running. Oh, yeah. Now I found a way to do it. Hold on just a second. I'll do this.
Hey, I'll be right back. I go get a sweatshirt. I'm getting cold.
Cool.
Here we go. Maybe you can see that. Let me do this. Maybe this will help if I do it full screen. There you go. Did that help with it going full screen?
Yeah.
Or? All right.
Yep. Oh, wow.
Don't look like there's enough room behind that lady for anybody behind her to be behind her.
But it literally looks like I can see like a nose and a hat. Is that a hat?
I don't know. It looks like a face and maybe gray hair is all that's the best I can come up with. But yeah, wild, huh? Strange.
That is strange. Yeah, and you can see she's all the way back against that fireplace.
Isn't there like a little something right there behind her?
Mm-hmm.
And if you can see my arrow pointing there.
Yeah, I can see your arrow.
Yeah. There's a little something right behind there. Maybe the shadow of this lady. I don't know. Whatever that is up there, I couldn't tell you.
That's crazy.
Some ugly wallpaper. Well, that's from turn of the century, I would say. Their Primal Cry.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. The original wallpaper, or semi-original wallpaper.
Yeah, you can see the right here, the mantle right there. You can see the mantle sticking through whatever that is. Who knows? I don't know. Couldn't tell you what it is. No shadows of her. That is something there. Okay. Anyway, that's one of many pictures I got. I got probably about 36 pictures from this particular house I've got to look through.
Well, thank you for sharing, but good grief, that's creepy.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd like something standing like that behind me. I don't know about that.
Here's another thing in this old house.
Mm-hmm.
When I do, not every time, but on a more often than not, I will see shadow figures in front of my basement door or running past the basement door. What that means, I don't know. But there you go. Look like Yoda, according to Quenisha. So.
They said you can see through it. I agree with that.
Strange. There was something I saw last night. As I got these pictures right before I went on live stream, and I kind of skimmed through them. There was one that caught my attention. It looked like a shadow figure, but it was crawling on the floor. I'll have to go back. I'm not on the computer that's stored on. I turned that off last night, but I'll have to go back and look at that.
Crawling on the floor?
Yeah, like it was, lengthwise. It didn't look like a human. Didn't look like a pet, which I don't think they would have a pet on a ghost tour.
Yeah, you wouldn't think so. Creepy.
That means move out, James. Well, I've lived here for now going on 6 years. My family's owned this place for 30 years plus. Yeah, I'm not moving out anytime soon. That doesn't mean that I won't move out tomorrow. I don't know. But I'm okay with living here. I'm okay with this stuff happening around here. Just occasionally something will occur, which that's the reason why I pray before and after each show to keep the craziness going at doesn't peak. How's that? Does that make sense? Yeah.
All right, I'm back.
Blue Man Kent said, I thought the apparition in the Savannah pit looked like Lorraine Warren.
Didn't she live up in the Northeast?
I'm thinking so. Right? I think so.
New York State, maybe, or Pennsylvania or something. She was in the colder regions, not in Savannah.
Yeah, Penn State, right? Yeah.
Well, you never know. Yeah, once you pass away, your spirit's not locked to one location at all. I can tell you that.
Yeah.
Should be a way to charge them boogers rent. I wish. There's some place
be making you extra money.
I wouldn't have to worry about money at all if I had that.
I heard that.
Yeah, I'd be buying every expensive thing out on the market.
Look, if I could charge these things out in the backyard rent, hey, everything, all my bills would be paid for. I wouldn't have to worry about nothing.
Oh wow! So Vault's going to have those cameras up today.
He is supposed to. We are waiting. The cables were supposed to be in by 9 o'clock last night. And the last time I checked, they were not delivered.
Huh.
And we were told that the mail's running late because even I had 2 people send me cards and they were supposed to be here 1 week and I didn't get them till like a week later. And that's just a regular card in the mail. So we were told that our mail is running late. We're behind. UPS is behind. So the post office is behind. So I don't know which how they're coming, but they did not make it here last night by the time I went to sleep. So hopefully they'll be here today.
Pimping in a gold wheelchair. Now I'm not. I have gotten too used to living by myself. I don't know if I could stand living with somebody right now.
That's what Vault's aunt says. She's helping with his uncle that has cancer right now. That's Jeremy's mom. But she says she's so used to living by herself all these years. She wouldn't know how to act if somebody moved in with her.
No, I could probably get, if it was a family member or something like that, sure, I would be able to do that. But somebody that I'm not familiar with, there ain't no damn way.
I don't see how some of these people rent out rooms. No judgment, but I couldn't rent out a room to a stranger. I couldn't do it. I would be like peeping in their door and under their door and like, what you doing in there? I would be the nosy person.
No, James, I'm not going to do ghost things in this house. I've toyed around with it, but I'm not going to do that. I've had a bunch of people, paranormal investigators, hey, can we come over and look at your house? No way. Hard to tell what you're going to bring in.
All that's going to do is stir them up.
Yeah, and then whatever attachments they have, they bring them whatever in with them, and they're like, hey, wait a minute, this is kind of a cozy place. Let's stay around and bug Shawn for a while. No way.
Tyrell, thank you for joining. You just joined from the Dark Waters and Chasing the Truth. I appreciate it. If you haven't heard all this live stream that's been 2 hours and 13 minutes long, go back to the beginning. We talk about some eerie crap that's been going on.
33 watching, 34 likes. I like to see that, people. Thank you.
That's cool.
David said Lakea would turn into Karen being so nosy. I would, though. I'd be like, what you doing in there? You tearing up my walls? What you doing? I would be the nosy person that's like looking through the crack, wondering what you doing in my room in the house. I really would. I would be so anal about everything. I know I would. It would have to be my way or no way.
Now, if you were paying me a decent amount, yeah, just don't eat anything that's mine in the refrigerator.
Right.
Like that.
Well, everything in my refrigerator is mine, so I'm not going to go back and label it.
Like I can't stand when my kids do that shit. So a random person, I might fight you.
Dude, speaking of which, Vault bought me a box of cosmic brownies. You know, the ones with the little sprinkles on them. My favorite late night snack for live streaming. I hide them over here on my desk. I get one out one night, go to sleep. I wake up, they're still there. I take a nap. I wake up again, they're gone. My kids found them and ate every single one I had.
Mm-hmm.
And how many bruises did they get from that?
None.
No strangulation or anything?
No, because they're like,
marks?
no, because they know Mama's gonna share regardless.
Oh,
So they just help themselves. But still, I'm like, the least you could have done was ask me. They're like, but you were asleep. I was like, I don't care. What if I woke up and wanted a brownie? Now I don't have any. You could have at least saved me one.
The only thing in mind that my kids won't take is my coffee. That's it. Everything else is up for grabs. I'll go to work. I'll have like snacks and juice and everything like that. Come home, all that shit's gone. Every
Oh
last
yeah,
thing.
that's kids. That's straight up kids for you.
And then they're still talking about 11 o'clock at night. I'm hungry. Go lay your ass down. What are you talking about? You hungry? Like last night, I got home from work, and then like my second oldest came outside, came down, was like in the kitchen. He grabbed like 4 pieces of bread. I'm like, what the hell are you doing? Mommy said I could make a peanut butter. Mommy said I could make a peanut butter sandwich. Boy, make one sandwich. Go lay your ass down. It's after 11 o'clock at night.
I remember those days with my kids. I'm glad I don't have to do that no more. My kids go in there and now they're making me food. That's what I like. They'll go in there. They'll be like, Mom, I'm cooking this. You want some? I'm like, sure. I don't have to cook. I'll take it.
Like we
I
showed
didn't
them
make
how
it,
to,
so
we showed them how to like set up the air fryer and shit. So they'll go in there and make like chicken nuggets for themselves and whatnot.
that's what I want's an air fryer.
I've got a convection oven that 99% of the time, that's what I'm using to cook my food with.
Yeah, we have one of those too, and I love it.
Oh yeah.
Air fryers are awesome. And you won't blow. You could put a hot pocket in it and it won't blow up.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it actually tastes better. Hot pockets actually taste better out of an air fryer.
Huh.
Like to me, I know it works how they work. To me, it's witchcraft. I don't see how you go from raw flour chicken to KFC looking shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, it tastes good, but I don't understand what the rich witchcraft in that.
Just magic. Yep. That box has a little witch hanging around it.
Yes, Michael, I am still having issues. So, and it's not just me, but yes, I am still having issues.
Hey, what's up, Darkwoods? How you doing, man?
Well, you guys, I think I'm going to call this stream. I got to get Vault up, and I've got a lot to do today.
Okay.
Thank you, everybody, for joining. We almost got 40 people in here. Wow. That's a new one for me.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you, every single person that contributed, that left a like, that left a comment, or that will listen to this afterwards. I appreciate you, and you can find all of my information below. Don't forget, if you haven't, go subscribe to Chasing the Truth with Shawn G and Impromptu Truth with Truth up there, and Bass Mayhem, who's in the comment section. You can find all their channels. Go subscribe. Trust me, it's worth it. And we will see you guys later. Bye.
Take it easy.